Shalom and welcome into the life of a young man named Todah Israel, also known as Yushin Yud, better known as Yud. I am thankful for today. I am thankful for the year that this body has become, which is 50 years old. I picked up this body 50 years ago. Yahweh blessed me to be able to incarnate into this body, to be here to do the things that you see me do, hear me do, and watch me do. Whether it be foolishness, happiness, sad things, bad things, good things, reckless things, whatever it may be. Sinful things, lawful things. Yahweh blessed me to be able to incarnate into this body to do that. And this body came from the two bodies of Jesse J. Thomas Sr., and Sonora L. Chapman, which joined together and became Thomas's. They gave birth to me. Their names ended up changing to Obed Yisrael and Mezahab Yisrael. I don't want to take up too much time, but I just want to show my appreciation for today. And like I said, I incarnated into this body 50 years ago, and here I am today talking to you to testify and to thank Almighty Todah Yahweh for all the wonderful things in my life and all the wonderful things that I've done and received. The wonderful people that are around me. This past year has been a very, very trying year for me. And something more serious in this lifetime than all my other ones before. And I'm talking about in this body. I went through a double surgery. My back was collapsing upon itself after I fell, and my spinal fluid was trapped and couldn't move. My spine was trapped. It was pinched very bad. My legs began to become paralyzed where I couldn't walk anymore. And my family watched this. You watched this. You've seen this take place gradually as the days went on, all the way until I couldn't walk no more at all. And I ended up in the hospital. And when I went in there, they were not offering me good information. They kept offering me a whole bunch of information that I didn't like and didn't want to hear. And I kept turning to my family. I wanted the right decision to make. I was nervous because so much was taking place with me. I had my family to talk to, but it still felt like I was alone in making the decision because they was just as lost as I was. You were just as lost as I was. So we all was just lost and just asking Yahweh to show us. And he was showing us the whole time and we just didn't know it. You know, I went from that hospital to another hospital and jumped from different hospitals just to end up right back at the same hospital that told me that they wanted to do surgery on me and open up my back. I was scared. I didn't want them to do that. I felt that it had to be another way. They ended up doing the surgery, and when I came out, I still kind of felt the same. Nothing seemed like it changed. I was in a great amount of pain, you know, and my legs wasn't moving properly still, and they said that's going to come with time. The right leg was really bad. It was the first one to go, and then my left one went, and my right leg still wasn't working right after the surgery, but my left leg kind of went back to working. So they got me up and they got me moving around, and they started having a little bit of therapy with me. But then all of a sudden, everything shut down again. my left leg shut back down. My right leg was already shut down, but it completely shut down. I couldn't go to the bathroom. I couldn't do anything properly. They needed to do an emergency surgery again. So here it is, the wounds that they cut open and sewed or stapled up and closed up started to heal. Now they have to reopen it back up to get back in there. Why? Because they put a tube inside there that was a drainage and was supposed to drain all the fluid out of there so that everything can go back to healing properly, and they took it out too early. So everything started clotting up inside and pressing on my spine and everything started like knotting up around my spine, and I couldn't get a signal again. So Yahweh blessed them to send me in there, and they cleaned it out and everything, and did a lot of trimming of bones and everything so that I can move around and like make sure that my spine was free again. And guess what? When I woke up from this surgery, something different happened. Something different. I was in a lot of pain. That wasn't different. But something different happened. The right leg that would not move was able to lift a little bit. Not lift up, but my toe was able to move like this. And I went crazy. My left leg was able to move a little bit, and the toes was moving. I went crazy. And every day those doctors came in to have me do different things. And then finally I started getting therapy to come back in there to me, to work with me and get me out of the bed and get me up into a chair, because they said I had to start moving. And with all that taking place and with all that going on, them standing beside me to get me up out of that bed and get me down to therapy and start walking again, struggling to walk again. All of that was great. All of that was beautiful. But nothing was beautiful like the family that I had that was there for me every single day. You hear me? Every single day. The family that was there for me. Yahweh, thank you for them. Shoshana, Shemaiah, and Puama, and Raquel, thank you for being there for me every single day, not missing one beat. You were there for me. And I'm telling you, Yahweh knows that meant a lot for me. It meant a lot for me, and I can't express it enough. And I'm trying not to be too emotional because I'm trying to do this video, but that meant a lot for me, and I don't want y'all to ever forget that. Ever. You were with me in a very trying time in my life, in a big ordeal that I didn't know if I was going to pull out of, and you did it. You were there, and you helped me. You encouraged me. Your encouragement encouraged me. Trust and believe, it did. And I can never, ever, ever thank Yahweh enough for him and for the doctors doing the work that they did, but also for those of you who came to see me. I know it was those of you who wanted to come and see me, but you couldn't. Your heart was there. And I'm pretty sure I felt it some type of way, but I know you wanted to be there, but you couldn't. But those of you who made it, I thank you. I thank you so much. You came and you uplifted me. You came. You didn't have to. You came and you sat there with me and you talked to me. And you let me know that it was going to be all right. You helped me remember who it is that was in charge of things. And you also let me know the love that you have for me, because you took the time out every day too to think about me enough to call and say, are you all right? Thank you for that. Thank you. And here it is, I'm out. I'm out of the hospital. Something that I never thought that I would even make it out and be able to do. I'm out of the hospital. And once again, I'm put back into the hands of my family, but in a greater way, because now I depend on them for every single thing, for so much you can't even imagine. But those of you who know, I depend on them for everything. They feed me, they get me up, they encourage me with therapy, they take me out to walk and everything. Sound like a dog being walked. But they take me out to walk to help build my legs and get them moving like they're supposed to. And I'm able to move my legs now. Not the way that I want to, but I'm able to move them. And I'm able to get up, stand up, sit down, move, bend my legs. Something I couldn't do before and never thought that I was going to be able to do it. Todah Yahweh, I'm able to do it. Todah Yahweh for sending these angels, your children, to help me. I couldn't have did it without you guys. I couldn't have did it without you guys, and I want you to know that I love you, love you, love you. This year that passed was a great year for me in my life. I pray that this year is better. I pray that this year I'm able to offer more, do more, and show my appreciation more as much as I can. Just work with me as you have been, and Yahweh's willing. We're gonna make it through it. I'm gonna make it through it, and we're gonna be able to do the things that we're supposed to do. And I appreciate that. Again, I have to say it. I have to say that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shabbat Shalom. I love you, family. I love you. Praise Yahweh.